I knew that I probably should not have... Ooh, I'm not speaking, hey? Let's fix that. I knew I probably shouldn't have put a hard candy into my mouth just before hitting the mic button. But I did. You do what you do, and then you move on. Welcome, friends. It's good to see you. I'm Remmi, and we're going to be playing more Griftlands today. What is happening? Rook is in the middle of Grout Bog working for his old army buddy, and the... except that he's really working with the uprising labor force that is combating his old army buddy, except that instead of that, he's working for a third unknown party that he keeps leaving dead drops for. Being pulled in a lot of directions as a Rook. I'm sure it will be fine. Let's just get into it. I should probably hit the button that brings Griftlands up, huh? It's this one that's labeled Griftlands. That should be coming up any moment now. Oh, I fucked around with the ducking. So that should be working the way I want. Let me know if I am still fighting the game audio for clarity. It kind of looks like I am. I'm just going to turn it down a little bit natively. Or not natively, but in OBS. That's not what natively means. We're here with Rook. And we're continuing the bog job. What was the last thing we did? We went out to... stop a mech thing that had been turned... It was a digging machine, and then they turned it... No, other way around. It was a combat droid, and then they turned it into a digging machine, and then it got those two functions confused. We took care of that. You know, for a given value of took care. Pebble grunts like a grease fire as you approach. Package came for you. Who left it? Didn't leave a name, just a package. You have a shrewd eye in there somewhere, Hebel, I'm sure of it. Just take it before it explodes. It'd be bad for business. Hebel resumes his duties, making sure to keep the bar between himself and your package. You hold your breath and pull the string. No explosion. Must be my lucky day. Inside, you find a bundle of loose papers and a note addressed to you in a complex cipher. Nevertheless, years of training have allowed you to grasp most of the work at a glance. Candidate device located. Deep bog, rumored hermetic faction. The next portion requires a more clear translation, but after a moment of study, its meaning unfurls itself before you. Secure the loyalty of one of your contacts using the enclosed intelligence. Either one of them should know more about these boggers. The intelligence file itself reveals the location of a bogger encampment and implies that they've found a large cache, or cache, either way, of ancient technology. I usually say cache, I don't know why I said it the other way right now. This is the kind of lead that either the Barons or the Rise would literally kill for. So, I think we're just going to keep doing what we have been doing and pass all of our really useful information off to the Rise. This is Grimdelia, they're a bogger's bogger. I'm trying so hard to not make her sound like fucking Bray Wyatt. Have you been to the deep bog? I'm sorry, did you ask me something? Have you been to the deep bog? I guess no? No, I have not. Fool, you are already standing there. You just can't see what's in front of your face. But you'll see it soon enough. Gained battle card Deep Bog Secret. So, Deep Bog Secret is apparently another parasite card. It does literally nothing, but it hatches after it clicks 5 times. There's not a detriment to it. It's just a deep bog secret. Sure, we're unraveling a whole bunch of other bullshit. Let's go ahead and solve a deep bog secret while we're about it. You have the uneasy feeling that this is not over. Oh, we were supposed to see if we have a friend that could get us into the encampment house, because it's there's like useful equipment in there. You need stuff? What stuff do you have? Jump cables. Gain 4 charge, portable bunker, you and all allies gain 30 defense. That actually sounds rad. Coil grenade hits all enemies, apply 2 impair. What is our battle deck like right now? We're at 27 cards. I would feel weird about picking up another. Fuck, what was your voice? Calandra, leader of the Rise. Morning, Rook. You ready to stand up for what's right? I have something for you. Calandra leafs through the papers. So, the Boggers found themselves a weapons cache, or cache. I've only ever seen it written down. Those bog-addled fools are more likely to worship them than put them to good use. In the right hands, those weapons could topple the barons. So, you want me to retrieve them? No, it's too big a job for just one person. And I don't trust this report. Not yet, at least. We'll discuss this again soon. I need to consider our options. We can press Calandra for details on her plan. Which, I guess we will. So, what are you going to do about the cache? Well, cache. I also realized I've only ever seen it written down. Well, if it's real, I intend to take it. By force. Well, if it comes to that, but there might be a better way. The Boggers are a hard bunch to read. Hi, Gale. Unfortunately, yes, they are deep, deep in the swamp. Standing with their mouths wide open, pointing weapons that they don't necessarily know how to use around. We will see how that goes. Saying that a lot today. A lot of stuff's up in the air. Let's ask about the Boggers. Who are these Boggers? They worship the bog like it was some kind of living thing, which it is, because it's an ecosystem, and ecosystems are... Anyway, most of them are ex-baron, too much free time, I guess, and they get philosophical. They mostly keep to the deeper parts of the bog, so we don't encounter them much. As a dragon, I am also often up in the air. That's stellar, I love that. How can I be of service to the Rise while you're so busy hatching plans? Well, there's always work to be done. What have we got? These are both negotiations. Trade secrets. Steal secret research data from the barons and sell it... and sell it to the highest bidder to raise funds for the Rise. We get a graft, we get a bunch of money and metal, which I'm not using currently. Both of these rewards are the same, so which one sounds more fun to do? Onar is a mole working for the Spark Barons and feeding critical information to the Rise. Calandra relies on that information to direct operations, but lately Onar has stopped talking. Talk to Onar and figure out how to turn the tap back on. Well, that sounds good. I can't be the only spy around here. Me, a swamp worshipper, literally worshipping swamp. Oh good, she says it too. You aren't our only secret weapon, you know. Oh, I'm not. This is staggering. Yeah, well, sometimes you gotta ferret out the secret from more than one direction. We have a mole in the Barrens, and he hasn't been responding to our messages lately. Go figure out what's wrong. Oh no, I just read all that. I'll show you where the mole lives. I suspect they're being watched, but you know the Barrens and can get closer than I can. Be careful, alright? I don't want them jeopardized any more than they already are. Oh, perish the thought, or perish the Baron who gets in my way. Either will do handily. Let's go look at the black market. We're not going to be allowed in. Let's go look anyway. Should I just buy a membership? I have so much money. Let's just buy a membership. I've been meaning to come by and pay my membership dues. I believe this should cover it, no? Topo considers the money for a long moment. Works for me. Welcome to the club, Southside. Hope you don't get fleeced. Excellent. Who's around here? Grafts. There's a bunch of empty negotiation slots. What's Parietal Integrator? At the start of each negotiation, discard up to 2 cards and draw that many new cards. I think I'm fine. Jugular Knot. That's a fun looking... That's mostly organic, huh? Just the needle sticking out of the end? Whenever your damage spills over, apply 2 composure to a random argument. Or a contractor, whenever you gain dominance, deal 1 damage to all opponent arguments. No, I'm good on all these, I think. I could have more graph slots, but I'm not really using them anyway. Mole Fixer. Rook does have more graph slots than Sal did, or at least than Sal started with, because Rook's you can't particularly tell from this outfit, but is pretty cybered up. Hey, this ain't public property. I don't know who you are, but you best get out of the, you best get the heck out of here before I bust you in the face. I'm stuck with it. I'm committed to it. I'm with Calandra. She says she wants to know why you haven't reported in lately. Calandra, I don't know her, and if I did, I wouldn't admit to it. Sounds like the kind of thing that could blow a person's cover. If I had a cover to blow, that is. I say, I suppose there are many threats that could blow one's cover on this side of the bog. Oh, definitely. Like Falapala, for instance. Oh, Falapalo is the, restaurateur, cafeteriaman, that was holding back food from the workers. He's a real snitch, and once he gets his paws on a juicy secret, well, it could be a real threat to any operation, if you get my meaning. I believe I do, but you won't catch me admitting it. Falapala spends most of his time in the rec center, so if you could lure him out of there and into the open, we could neutralize the problem. I do so enjoy making things neutral. Tell me about this Falapalo. A Falapala'd sell his own mother for a rusty shill, but she'd do the same. If greed has a gene, it's in Falapala's bloodline. Ask why you are a mole. Yeah, sure. That seems a dangerous time to serve 2 masters, wouldn't you say? Please don't look at my own behavior. I would. Good thing I don't know anybody who does that. Yes, neither would I. Well, good talk. Agreed to deal with Falapala. We demand payment for our services, but, like, we're supposed to be undercover. We're not that kind of mercenary. Well, certainly. I've already come all this way to talk to you. Except that we didn't talk. In fact, I don't even know what you look like. I've momentarily gone blind. Of course, to my age, it's to be expected. I'm sorry, did someone say something? I can't hear a damn thing. Door's over that way. Best to see yourself out. Thank you. I've been so scared. Remember, don't let anyone else hear you talking to me about Falapalo on Baron property. Get him out of the rec center before you make your move. So, yeah, I guess let's take the long way around to the rec center. You enter the rec center. It smells of Baron sweat. This area is for Spark Barons only. Provide identification or leave. I'm working for Felloman. You can check for my contract on file. Proceed. The guard ambles off. After some searching, you find Falapalo working on his reps. What do you want? Trick Falapalo into following you, or attack Falapalo. Let's get you out into the open like it was suggested we do. It is a cute robot. I like a lot of the robot designs. We have a auto dog that you won't be seeing just now. Because it's a negotiation, but you'll probably see them when we, you know, take care of the Falapalo problem. Ona sent me. He's ready to discuss the tone of your, silence. Shh, don't let anyone hear you. As I was about to say, we should go somewhere private to discuss this further. I already have your name, I think. Yeah, I do, but that doesn't matter, because I'm still going to do 12 damage to you, because why not? Whenever you prepare a card, deal 2 damage to a random opponent argument. That'll give random prepares something to do. No, let's block more. There we go. And take obligation, prepare a card, gain influence equal to its cost. We have something that costs 2, so that's nice. Oh no, you stole my grunt card. I like my grunt card. Rise Manifesto. What the hell did this do again? Incept 5, Indoctrination. Indoctrination. When destroyed, gain 1 dominance per stack. At the end of each turn, gain 1 influence and reduce this argument by 1. So we would gain 5 dominance immediately. That would make our hostility cards, the red ones, deal more damage. And then every turn it converts into another stack of influence, which we already have. I think that's a little too much right now. Let's just brute and hit all of your arguments for 2. Oh right, I was gonna get rid of this because it's almost impossible to fucking play. Every time you gamble, reduce the cost of this card by 1, but set the coin is not the same thing as gambling. So... what's this? Gain 3 composure for each hostility card you draw. Let's get rid of that. You know, let's just go ahead and use that. And then just swing for the faces. Yes, it's fine. I want to keep my coin flip card in reserve, please and thank you. Let's check and see if there's anything that does prepare, but there isn't. So I guess we just slam. What is this? Oh, when destroyed, Falapala loses half their resolve. This bounty can last for one more turn. That's... I see no reason to not attack that immediately and deal 13 damage in one go. I guess we can just play the rest of our damaging cards, huh? Oh, right, agency deals to... It deals damage to 2 random arguments, not the core argument, but that's fine. Yes, I still wish to keep my, All-Light card, thank you. This is gonna hit everything for 2 and take out all of those background arguments. Oh, and angled itself enough that it took out the core argument too. Fantastic. Well, this gives me stuff that does gamble again, and that'll make that other card useful to play, which I guess is good because it deals 6 damage. But I'm already at like 26 cards for my deck. I think I'm better served by just going and finding a way to burn that other card. Gain bonus metal and health. I do admire the way you outwitted poor Ona. It's truly a masterful act. Perhaps when this is done, we could discuss a mutually beneficial partnership. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I bet you can learn a thing or two from me. Sure, lead the way, Grifter, and we can discuss the details as we walk. Yeah. Just a good old-fashioned Aaron Sorkin walk and talk, except at the end of most of Aaron Sorkin's walk and talks, people don't, you know, get shot in the middle of the bog. You come to a nicely secluded spot. So, where's Owner? You, gonna say something? This is creeping me out. You're not gonna kill me, are you? Well, okay, hold that thought. Because I just figured, hey, you know what? I should take a vacation. Yeah, I can just disappear. Onar won't know the difference. Not if you cover for me. How's that sound? Demand payment to spare Falapalo. Let Falapalo go. Or attack Falapalo. Falapalo will hate you, but fortunately not for long. I mean, you already don't like me. This will just solve the problem. You are a terrible negotiator. I hope you can appreciate that before you die. Falapalo hates you. And has left the party, unsurprisingly. I also wouldn't, stay partied with someone who actively told me they wanted to kill me. So what in hell do we do to you? I guess just block. And... letter opener? I see no good reason to not. And do we want to play Suppressing Fire for the damage, or do we want to use the induction crank and get our charge up, since we're not taking damage this turn? I think that... Oh, here's our auto dog, by the way. I named it Mark II Loaf after Meatloaf, our dog from the other campaign. Let's just charge up. Yes, I'm aware I still have actions, but I don't wish to play any of those cards. Thank you. Hey, here we go. If you have any overcharge, attack twice. Sounds great. Double kick, also attack twice. Is that what we should be doing? The only other thing I think is good here is backfire. At the end of your turn, gain 1 counter per charge. That's every round. Our charge is usually full because we do stuff with overcharge. And I like counter because you're attacking 3 times, which means you're going to take, what, 9 damage? On the kickback. That's going to be fun. Oh, well. We do still have Bogbrain, which is the other parasite in our battle deck. Gain 2 impair, draw 2 cards. It hatches in 4. I'm still pretty convinced that I should let this keep going and see what happens. Spend 1 charge, deal 6 bonus damage. Yeah, sure. Here we go. Nice and easy. Pick a battle card. Telegraph, gain 2 concentration, apply 2 defense per concentration you have. Trick Shot. Threshold 8, gain 8 counter. Threshold activates an added effect if damage is at or above the threshold number. So, if I just hit with maximum damage with this, then I get 8 counter out of nowhere. Which is a really long odds. Well, it's not long odds, it's 1 in 8. Reply to burn. I think I'm fine, actually. Especially with this Spark Cannon. Adds bonus damage equal to 25% of target's health. Destroy after 1 use. I just watched that episode of Rurouni Kenshin with a Gatling gun. I'm just going to take this and get rid of it as soon as possible. And restore resolve. You hide the evidence of your fight and skulk off. Well, look who it is. Mission accomplished. You should get your next report in a timely fashion. That's better news than I've had all day. And thank the tides for that. Good work, Rook, but you should clear out before anyone sees us talking. I was never even here. You get paid 156 shills. You gain 3 metal. And a graft. At the start of each negotiation, rig 2 heads. That doesn't... at the start of each battle, gain 2 charge. Whenever you gain fully charge, gain 3 overcharge. I think we're better off just gaining 2 charge at the start of battle, because that'll immediately fill up our, charge meter, because it's only 3. And this is something that theoretically will only, be useful once per fight, whereas this puts us in the position to be useful, every single fight. I think we accept Twin Shot. How are you doing, Gale? For ourselves, we're doing pretty well. We went out to work and then came home and had some food. Stretched around a little bit, and now we're doing this. Quite tired, big day yesterday. I'd be happy to hear about your big day if you care to talk about it. But if not, that's also cool. What do we have? Spark grenade. Target Sirena, I don't need that. Deeper in the bog. Talak is looking to hire a guide for an expedition into the bog. Yeah, sure. Let's make bad decisions. You find a lone Jake poring over a crudely drawn map. Hey, you there? You looking for the opportunity of a lifetime? Oh, always. What are you offering? The bog. It holds riches, I'm sure of it. In my limited experience, the bog holds mostly danger, slime, and a quick death. Hey, but also riches. My research proves it. I just need a bit of protection to help me avoid the quick death part. You follow me as I follow this map, and I'll share the spoils. You in? Let's ask about your research. A lot of walking around, which is strenuous on the vessel. Also had therapy, so, exhausted from every which way a little bit. Glad you got extra coffee, then. I should get some coffee, but not right now. Tell me about this research. Why? So you can steal it? Nah, why? Tell me about this research. Oh, alright. Agree to accompany Tlok into the bog, or don't agree. Tlok will dislike you. Sure. I'll do it. But this better pay off. Great. Hey, you might have to kill an urchin to attend, but other than that, this will be the easiest money you've ever earned. You follow Tlok into the bog, guns at the ready. Tlok leads you through the bog. The terrain gets rougher the farther you get from the road, and you eventually come to a rocky outcrop. Each step slinks deeper into the bog. It's all you can do to keep walking forward. We are weary. This card is removed upon sleep. When drawn, lose one action. Yeek. What? Hey, wait, did you hear that? What is it? It's nothing. Let's keep going. Your Talak voice reminds me of Grease Dritas from the Jedi series. We haven't watched a Star War in quite a long time, so we're not familiar, I don't think. That's a sincere compliment. I kind of just I'm trying to keep the web of NPCs with names straight, and mostly I do it by deciding that groups of people have a singular accent. We can keep going, or we can just abandon Tlok here in the bog with unknown noises coming at them. You follow, surrounded by bog on all sides. You press on. The bog presses in. Your nose experiences things that language cannot yet describe. Hey, hear it again. Are you sure it's not? You are set upon by the local fauna. We can defend ourselves, or we can run away and abandon Tlok. I don't know. Our friend, Shill yesterday took a Grocket mostly by herself. Tlok will probably be fine. Okay, let's have this fight. This bog is really more of a swamp, but wetlands are a spectrum. It seems gorgeous at any rate. My brain is trying to put together something about the desert-ocean binary, and that's nothing. I like the... I haven't talked about it, but I like a lot of the background art in this game. Because they are all really, really pretty environments, even if they are, like, busted by the situations they're in some ways. I mean, I guess we can just use our Battle Flourish right immediately. Spend all charge, gain charge until you are fully charged, then spend all your charge, gain 6 counter. You're not even attacking, so gaining counter right now is useless. No, we absolutely use backfire. And sit with 3 counter a turn. Also, let's come to the defense of our dog. Yeah, they parallax a little. Not here, but in the back and forth talking views. They sort of pan across each other, and it is very neat. You'll be fine, right? That clears at the end of this? Yes. Yeah, I think we just bap you. Apply Ricochet to damage dealt by this card. What does Ricochet do, actually? Whenever this target takes damage from an attack, deal that much damage to one of their allies. Oh, well, so that doesn't help us particularly, but it is the only thing that does damage. And defend ourselves, so that we don't suffer the same stun fate as Loaf. Oh, sure. Let's impair 2 while we're about it and take even less damage. Oops, what the hell is that? It's another Spark Mine. These are the ones that explode when they're destroyed, so our goal is to try and get the Grocket to fucking leave it alone. Spend all charge, draw a card for each charge spent. I think instead of that, I'm just going to kick you 2 times. Let's play Challenger just to get XP for it, and then move along. He's pulled out a bundle of light tubes. It's been quite a long time since I watched a real legitimate, like, deathmatch, you know? I think the last one I watched through and, like, felt like I was enjoying, really, was, from Lucha Underground. It was Vampiro versus Pentagon Jr., except you don't think he was going by Pentagon Jr. still. I think that was when he started changing his names around. The light tubes specifically have always made me feel uncomfortable because, like, you watch Tommy Dreamer. This is getting into, like, professional wrestling stuff, and more than that, hardcore professional wrestling stuff. It's going to be violent for just a second, and I'm sorry, but this is where the brain is. Like, you can watch Tommy Dreamer, right, run a cheese grater across someone's face. And yes, that obviously hurts, but I can't really picture what it's like. I know a light tube. I've handled those before, and I'm familiar with glass more generally. And so I'd see the glass tube go over someone and just sort of like, yeah. I enjoy it when I feel it's earned, and it's when I don't feel deeply unsafe for the people involved. I love deathmatch wrestling. It's certainly not for everyone, but when it's good, it's very good. That is, I agree. What are we going to do? Spark Cannon? 25% of the target's health? Yes, actually, this is just going to deal, like, 25 damage in one go. I see no good reason to not do that. Oh, I only need 4 to put you into panic, so let's do that. Let us pick a battle card. Spend up to 3 overcharge, attack once extra per overcharge. This is the perfect card for us, we will be taking it. Upgrade our Hunker Down, which is our defense card. We can either make it apply 5 defense every time, or make it apply 8 defense once, and then we rip the card in half. I think we just apply 5. Hey, wow, what a hairball. There's nothing in my notes about that. Time to carry on. You follow Tlok. You come to yet another identical clearing. Here it is, we found it. Found what? The secret of the bog, of course. Look, it's all around you. Take as much as you want in payment. Tlok's mind has clearly succumbed to the bog. We can leave Tlok to his riches of presumably peat and mushrooms, or we can try to convince Tlok to pay us in money. We have a lot of money, and this wasn't that bad of a time for us, so I think that's fine. My favorite deathmatch remains Effie versus Paro for the title of Last Daddy Standing. His flaming double glass pane table is a fun mouthful. Did I watch that fucking show? No, I've definitely seen Effie versus Paro, but not that match, because I remember those two fighting, but definitely don't remember a flaming double glass pane table. That seems like something that would stick in the mind. And the arms, basically anywhere you fell on it. That was from Fear the Gay Agenda. For No Peace Underground? Yeah, then I have seen that. I just apparently don't remember the flaming double glass pane table. I should rewatch that show. Yeah, let's just let Tlok. Go. He'll be fine. You are so very generous. Thank you. No, thank you. Tlok loves you. We get a discount from shopkeepers. I guess we just go back to the Rise HQ, except we don't. We get jumped on the way there. It's dangerous out on the roads, but not every... It's dangerous out on the roads, but not every encounter is an ambush. I don't know what's wrong with my mouth today. I just can't wrap around some words first time. Urbla approaches you with empty hands and an honest eye. Hey there, Hunter. Looking for reinforcement? I may not be licensed, but I've got a strong arm and steady aim, and I prefer jobs on the level when I can get them. Want me at your flank? I can be there for 110 shills. We can negotiate that price, but you know what? Sure. Yeah, sure. No sense breaking a sweat when I can employ the locals, right? You got it, boss. Glad we could do business. Just lead the way. Listen, we're going into the Labor Rioters headquarters. Just shut the fuck up and let me talk. Labor organizers, excuse me, you're correct. I can't believe our luck. You know, at first I thought you were as likely to sabotage as help me. But desperate times call for desperate measures, and so far, you're a ray of hope. It's not like you to speak so optimistically, Calandra. I'll take that as a compliment. Good, because that's how I meant it. It'll take another miracle to make me repeat it. Thanks to you and those boggers, we've got a chance to end the Barons once and for all. Or at least their tyranny. 2 on shoes with 1 salt lick, I take it. Got it in 1, but what we need is for Felimo to follow your lead. Time to milk your old war buddy for what he's worth, Rook. Whatever you gotta do to make him sure you're his loyal friend, do it. All of the workers under me would gladly die for the cause, a small sacrifice if it meant freedom for us all. It's quite the commitment. We signed contracts that'll follow us to our graves, if not see us there all the sooner. None of us are afraid of permanence. Damn. I agree that our new friend Herblade is very cute. Thelemo, leader of the Spark Barons. Rook, where in the deepest trenches have you been? I've heard numerous reports of the Rise having some lead on the Balkans, but nothing has come back to me. Surely you must have heard something. We can either tell him about the cache, or we can keep it a secret, which I think we will do. I can't say I've heard anything of the sort. Sorry to disappoint. Sea spit. Well, keep your ear to the ground and tell me if you learn anything. Idle, ask for work. Idle hands become slippery tentacles, as I say. What do you have to keep a fellow of my skill occupied, lest the tides catch me up in their winds? Oh, there's always something. Let me look through the day's reports. Graft 194 3 metal, Graft 213 and 3 metal. This is all... That's relatively fine. They're basically equivalent. Let's just do the thing that's fun. Rescue a Baron from a Rise trial. Or investigate a crime scene. Let's investigate a crime scene. Ah, you should find this one interesting. Should remind you of the front lines, I imagine. Seems the Rise have gotten a hold of some explosives. You know where they plan to use them? Planned. They've already been used. The ingrates blew up one of the workers' dormitories. They blew up their own housing? Why? Perhaps to make a point. Spark Barons sweep the bunks during shifts to ensure no one is smuggling out any relics. Fortunately, the bombs went off too early. All they managed to kill was a couple of their own stragglers. Good luck aside, we need to seize this opportunity to vilify the Rise. There's an investigator looking into it, but you've got more experience with this kind of sabotage. Find out who's responsible, or at least who could believably be held responsible. There was a odd green artifact across my screen for a second that I don't particularly enjoy. We'll find a suitable use for their disciplinary proceedings. So, let's go to the crime scene, where apparently there's a chalk outline. You find Saru, who I think is our friend. Yes, we rescued them from the Rise a while ago. Flanked by security and berating a trio of unfortunately civilians. You lot are hiding something, and if I have to whip it out of you... Excuse me? Rook, help me fish the truth out from these pawn scums. You're not here to meddle, are you? I assure you I will keep my meddling to a minimum. What exactly happened? Now the Rise blew up the dorm here. I'm aware of that much, thank you. I was more interested in the greater context. Greater context? Rise are anarchic miscreants. They stole a bomb, they used it, or even dumb enough to blow up some of their own. Dumb enough? Or clever enough? Huh? Who are the suspects? Torian is a worker who lives in the pod. She was late for her shift the day before the explosion. Probably spent the time getting the explosives. Knack works in the deeper bog and has been seen loitering the area, no doubt scouting out opportunities for vandalism. Finally, Sentru is the foreman of the local dig pit. You'd think she'd know who butters her bread, but she hasn't met quota all quarter. The Rise seems pretty cool to me also. We've been sort of angling. You can play this either way if you want to go full-on Spark Barons, but the Spark Barons are pretty clearly painted as the villains of the piece. Like, you can help them if you want, just because why not, but all of the Spark Baron stuff is, we treat these workers like crap, and how dare they be mad about that. I'll bet real shill she's letting, Sentry is letting her rise buddies shirk and organize. You seem pretty convinced that they're all guilty. Everybody's guilty of something. Right, I'm going to talk to the suspects. I'm going to figure out which one did it, and then we can talk about the next step. Sentru, Turarian, Shrew, and Knack. Knack doesn't like us. Why doesn't Knack like us? Oh, because we're wearing that necklace that's made out of fingers. They're not super happy about the necklace that's made out of fingers that we're wearing. Let's talk to someone else first. Oh, Sentry doesn't like us either. Why? Oh, we attacked them a little while ago. That makes sense. You can just go straight to beat up. No, Sentry, what do you know about the bombing? Oh. You were whispery. Oh, what does it matter what I say to you? You're not going to believe me anyway. You haven't mentioned quota lately. Sounds like something the Rise would like. I just want people to like me. Is that a crime? Well, it depends on the people, I guess. We can interrogate, or again, we can just beat her up. Can we do anything to make Knack not hate us? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, let's just go for the interrogation. Alright, let's get to the bottom of this. We have a lot of resolve. What are my negotiation flourishes? Gamble 5 times. For the next 2 turns, prepare a card after every card you play. For the next 2 turns, gamble once after every card you play. Stay back on that for a moment. So here's how we'll start. Let's take Shifting Pleasantries and hit something with it. Probably Whispered Rumors, because it's doing passive damage. Yeah. That will let us prepare a card. Let's prepare Grunt, because Grunt deals extra damage when it's prepared. Why did that happen twice? Oh, let's just do that then. That's perfect, actually. So let's play Decency, which is going to gain us an influence. Oh. I gotta remember to get rid of Earworm, because it's not fun. Praise. And, oh, right, I lost, not lost an action. I spent an action to get rid of the earworm I had. Bruce will hit all of our opponent's arguments. I think we just play both the Grumbles, and then that'll put Grunt in the prepared space, and then we can just hit with that. Yeah, let us deal as much damage as we possibly can. Oh, crud. I would like to have that next turn, but oh well. Blacklist, do I have your name already? Sentru... I do, but that's fine. So I'll tell you what we can do. Let's take Obligation here. This prepares a card, gain influence equal to its cost. Pale Dilemma still costs 3, because I keep forgetting to get rid of it. But it costs less every time we gamble, and one of our flourishes lets us gamble 5 times real quick. And now Pale Dilemma's free, and just deals 6. Yeah, I think let's block for Stoic instead of taking that 1 extra damage in. What's doing that? So for some reason when I overcharge their... Oh, okay. That's Sentry, the thing that Sentry's core argument does. My opponent's core arguments is a thing I keep forgetting to check, and therefore I keep forgetting that they do stuff. So every time we've been damaging the arguments in Sentry's outer wheel here, rather than the over damage splashing back on her core argument, it's instead going to ours. Which is unideal, with that incentivizes us to exact change only her extra arguments. You're not just brutalized. Then just deal 5, and then just deal 6. And then what's promoted trickery do for us? We can draw 3 cards, we can churn cards, we can gain bonus actions next turn, which sounds stellar. I'm just going to go ahead and hit Don't Show again on that. He keeps asking me if I want to continue getting notifications when I can play cards but haven't. And, like, I'm often going to have the Call It cards in my deck, so... crud. I would really like to be able to prepare a couple of these cards. But I can't. I guess I can play most of the coin cards, and that would prepare Praise, although that doesn't really do much, because that just gains us 2 influence, and our stacks of influence are going to get wiped out. Brutalize, I think. And then deal 6, deal 4, and deal 3, and be done. I think I am fine not taking any of these cards. We can upgrade our Brute, though. I think we just make it more powerful, honestly. Because actually just hitting every argument on our opponent's side for 3 or 4 is terribly useful. Oh. First rattle of the bag, I guess. Yeah, I did it. And I do it again. Okay. Tell Shrew about Sentry's confession. Pin the blame on Torian. Pin the blame on Torian. Pin the blame on Nag. So we could just. We could just, but we're not going to. Actually, if we talk to everyone, is there another way out of this? Ask Torian what happened here. What do you know about bombing? You know, Mirok, I didn't do anything. Why are you always late for your shifts? Why is anyone ever late for shift? I work at the bottom of the stinking hole and I barely make more than I spend on food. Investigate, I guess. Bunch of hecklers out here. Well. Earworm hatches in 2. And I really hate that. Oh, what the fuck just happened? Destroy all status cards in your deck. Lose 1 resolve per card destroyed. Here it is. The first card played at the start of your turn is played twice. So I just played that hatch card twice. And the good news is we don't have Earworm in our deck anymore. And the bad news is that it has been turned into this. So the way the parasites work is the first version is essentially all downside. The second one is a trade-off, and then when the second level hatches again, it does something interesting. That still might be a trade-off, but is definitely interesting. Status cards, I think, are just like the other... we don't even have any more of those because the parasites were the only ones of those we had. Or if we had, what was it from the last one? Weary or Drunk. There's a couple of other cards like it. What does your thing do? Game 4 composure whenever Rook creates a new argument. Oh, that's bad. So this won't actually destroy any cards. Yeah, so we can just get rid of that and not have to deal with it in our deck for the moment. Do we brood up? Do we brute out? I think we do that. And then I think we just try to slam these hecklers as much as possible. Unfortunately, they're still over there. There we go. Boosted Brute. Obligation to let us prepare a card. So let's prepare this other grunt actually, because that means we have 2 grunts prepared in a row to just deal a shit ton of damage with. You're almost done here already. Oh, you're at 1. Wish I could have gotten there. Yeah, well. Pale Dilemma. Just deal 6 and have it done. Pick a negotiation card. I think I'm fine. Let's level up obligation. Boosted obligation. Prepare a card, gain influence equal to its cost plus 1. Or twisted obligation. Prepare a card, gain dominance equal to its cost plus 1. We use diplomacy cards way more than we use hostility cards. Although I guess like it's not as cut and dry as like Sal's negotiation deck was, right? We had basically no hostility cards in there. It's a lot more even because we have brutes, which are fantastic, and then grunts, which are great if you can get them to where they need to be. Still prefer to take the influence. I don't know anything about what happened. You have to believe me. I do believe you. Let's just jump to the end and interrogate Neck. What's this? In 4 competitive when a rogue takes a new argument. Well, we have that thing still that is the first card played at the start of your turn is played twice, and we have Blacklist, which deals 12 damage, so let's just do that. Sifting pleasantries to prepare praise, which was fun to say. A lot of plosives in there. I'm glad that I don't have a mic directly in front of my mouth. Which I don't, because I really wanted to use the gamer headset that I have, that I used to use while I was streaming from home, but the laptop I'm on right now is not playing well with it, and unfortunately the adapter I got to try and force it to play well was not the thing I needed, actually. So it's back to just the regular laptop internal mic for the moment. No, I don't want to play my flip coin cards things. I might just get rid of them. I like never use them. Oh, okay. Mics are a fuck. I wish I had our old Yeti. I was just talking about Yeti with freaks, because Yetis are like a perfectly acceptable benchmark for like streaming without a like massive audio input set, right? Yes. Let's just play Scrub. Let's try and get that to hatch as quickly as it can. Oh, we even have stuff that works with Prepared, so let's take Obligation, Prepare Grunt, and then hopefully have Grunt deal 7 damage back there. No. Too short, but that's fine, because Voice of the People is going to do that work for me. I really want to improve my mic quality for streams. That's the one thing I need aside from a new machine. Yeah. I think that people are a lot more likely to handle like jittery or maybe laggy visuals rather than deal with very low quality audio, because the scritchy scratchies just sort of dig right into your skull, right? I was about to decisively grumble, but no, let's take our improvised card. Leaf. Applying some composure back there. What are you doing? At 10 stacks, Rook is result 15 resolve damage, and this argument is removed. Oh, well, let's get the fuck rid of you. Hmm. Yeah. I think we're gonna play strategy and be prepared and then just deal... I was about to say just deal 11 damage, but you've got 10 composure there. I'd be doing basically nothing to you. Hmm. So instead of that, let's apply some composure, draw a card, and get something else that isn't going to be terribly useful. Do not see the point in attacking. Let's use Decency just to draw another card. Ah, here we go. Agency. Attack 2 random arguments. Which, again, if they're random, that means you actually don't have agency. Rigged Pleasantries. Rooted Grumble. I really wish I could prepare Grunt, but I don't have anything to do that with. Yeah, so I guess we just slap you for 7 and have it done. Oh, I have a bunch of these Rise Manifestos. Let's just do that to get rid of it. Just play all the damage cards. We will lose our Voice of the People. We don't have to. We could play the Composure and block enough for it so that it won't die. And then still be able to do, like, 9 damage. I think that's acceptable. Oh, we can play the other brute too. 13 damage. Yeah. We want to play one of the grunts and hope for that 4 roll. I did, and then it didn't do that. I think this is the point at which we use Set the Coin, because... Yep, if we go to snails both times, then it's possible that we'll knock out the core argument. Hey, there we go. I am fine without getting these more cards. It wasn't me, but it was Sentru. I saw her do it. So, Sentru confessed, so I guess we just say that. We have Obama, Inspector. Sentru did it. I cannot remember what voice I gave you mere moments ago. Sentru, you sure? Quiet. Well, I wouldn't have guessed that, but if it ever turns out you're wrong, at least it'll be you explaining that to Thelma. So it'll be done. Done. You gotta escort them to the interrogation site for questioning. Sentru hates you. We are blacklisted. At the start of each negotiation, draw a random card. It'll be fine. We'll pretend she got away. Or we'll get jumped on the way. You sense that you are being followed. Oh, here we go. Alright, Grifter. Hand over Sentru and we'll let you walk away. But if you don't, then I'll have to kill you. Just the way it is. That's fine. You size up the opposition and decide not to risk your life for the job. Well, take it. So long, sucker. I have failed this job. Fellomo dislikes you. Now get out of here before we kill you to make a point. So I guess we want to go back to Fellomo and tell them, hey, this got all fucked up. But we could also go over here and kill Alongwi real quick. Alongwi is the other person that doesn't like us because we're wearing some fingers around our neck and he takes offense to that. Did we ask whose fingers they were beforehand? No. Beforehand. That's fun. Although I guess this is afterhand because they're disconnected from the palm part of it. Hey, Demon Dog. What do all these folks have against dismembered fingers anyway? I'm not really sure, honestly. It's got to be something, right? Again, we didn't ask. Let's just go tell Fellomo we failed. Now we're gonna get jumped on the way. Hi, Grimdelia. Do you not appreciate the deep bog? What? The deep bog. It sits with you, but you do not sit with it. Is it wasted on you? So, we haven't had a battle at any point in the last couple of encounters, which means that we haven't had the opportunity to do anything with our deep bog secret, which I do still want to hatch because it's a card that starts with no downside, which means that when it hatches, it must be all upside, right? I literally don't remember what this does. Why will you hate me if I don't give it back? That's fine. You can hate me. No, I'm keeping it. May the deep bog consume you. Whenever you draw a parasite card in negotiation or battle, discard a random card from your hand. That's okay. Confound it. Problems. I've chased every rumor on that supposed bogger cache, and they all go up like so much swamp gas. Well, perhaps they truly were rumors then. Yeah, so it would be easy to believe. Bellomo turns from you, his expression shrouded. Oh, well, you're annoyed at us because we didn't do the thing you wanted us to do, and that's fine. They want us to go do something in the deep bog that's probably going to make a certain amount of people mad at us. So before we do that, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to go refill my water, get a coffee, do a little bit of a stretch. I suggest you do whatever self-care is useful to you. I forgot to make a BRB screen, so we're just going to be sitting here in the Rise headquarters for a little while. Rise headquarters background 10 hours with rain sounds. And I will catch you back here in 3 to 5 minutes. Please join me then. So I got this 30-pack of premixed lattes from the Asian supermarket around here, which sounded great when I was in the store. Because I was looking at them, I was like, oh yeah, I've had these once or twice. These are pretty good. And I've been looking for like a good caffeine solution for the home so that I don't feel that want whenever I want some coffee because I don't have a coffee maker here, to like walk out and go to a coffee shop nearby and make that happen. Just something a little cheaper than that, which was a good idea. The problem is that I take the bus everywhere these days and didn't really think about how heavy a 30-pack of, how much is this? 8.5 fluid ounces of coffee was going to be to carry all the way to the bus stop, and from the bus stop onto the bus, and from on the bus back to my place. I'll know better next time. We have a very nice coffee shop just outside our place. It's good shit. That's very nice. I'm glad to hear that. We have all right coffee places around us too. It's just more of a it's more of an economics thing. How are you feeling, the demon dog? As you type your answer, I will get over to Kalandra. Because we're going into the deep bog. You ready? I am ready. Alright. This will be dangerous even after the job is done. Once you meet with the boggers, everyone in the bog's gonna want to know where they lay their heads. So I'm gonna send you with the backup of the Cobblebot sort. That way we can wipe their memories after, and no one becomes a target. Except me, of course. Except you, but that's exactly why you're paid. I had chili and beer. It sounds wonderful. I haven't been to the coffee shop in quite some time for that reason, but I'd like to again, though. That is that's a lot of stuff that happened. What's both of these? Kalandra has given you permission to take some robotic accompaniment on this mission. Well, then let's not be rude and take our robotic accompaniment. That's going to be me in a few hours. You're going to turn into chili and beer. I'm not going to tell you not to. I think that you should get to decide who you are. Let's talk to Drabbit. Well met, Rook. Requisition some backup. Gift 150 shills to your friend. This gives us propaganda machine. We would start with 1 influence. That's 1,000% worth 150 shills. Thanks. You've managed to capture Drabbit's loyalty somehow. Requisition some backup. Kalandra sent me. I'm supposed to pick up some backup. That's so. I don't have many to spare. I can give you a single cobble dog. We can demand more support. Or take the single cobble dog. We have... So, this would give us 4 folks already, because we have a dog of our own, and then also we have Urbia up there, Urbla, who just sort of decided to offer her mercenary services to us apropos of nothing, and we were just like, sure. I could use another intern. Cobble dog, regional kobold variation. I feel certain I've seen pictures of the more dog-like kobolds, the ones that were in like the first couple of D&D editions, before it was decided they were tiny dragons. We're pretty low on resolve. I don't want to take another negotiation just for the sake of doing it. Cobble dog sounds like a delicious Midwest delicacy of some sort. Yeah, so what you do, right, is you get a regular hot dog. Well, not a regular hot dog. It needs to be a foot long hot dog. It should be like even bigger if you can. It should be the longest hot dog you can find. But like for most people's purposes, a foot long works perfectly okay. And then you smother that in like all of the usual like chili dog stuff, right? The chili and the cheese and the onions and all that. But then also M&Ms in with the chili so that you get that satisfying chocolate crunch as you eat the chili dog. I think we're onto something. I think we can sell this. I'll take what I can get. I'll take what I can get, I suppose. Thank you for believing in me. No problem. I want you to live up to your best, Cobbledog. You lost me. I was just gonna say put some rocks in it. No, no, no. This is simulating the idea that someone has put pebbles in your chili dog, but is actually edible, right? I mean, most people can't digest just chunks of rock. Or I guess they can. It's the chewing that's the problem. Or maybe they can't. Not up on human anatomy, me. Failed physics. That's not even the right class to fail. That's how bad I was at it. Let's go to the raid. You have to actually let me take a sip of this coffee real quick. A sip turned into a gulp, but that's fine. It's like that sometimes. You arrive at the Bogger hideout, but your handlers had reason to believe the Boggers would appreciate the direct approach. Instead of sneaking, you walk right in. Oof. Hark! Whose footfalls fight against the sucking mouth of the bog? Oh no, you get the Bray Wyatt voice. And who are you? You don't look like those who use the spark nor any of their unawakened pawns. Oh, I'm just here for the artifacts. You and so many others before you. Their bones are made of the hearth of my home. Well, but your bones. Yeah, your bones will make a fine mantle. Your intel was incorrect. You're soon flanked on all sides. The only way out is through. Why is this never straightforward? Why can't things just go smooth? Oh, bog brain activated. That's okay. What's happening in our flourishes? Salvo hits all enemies for 8. Gain charge, spend charge. Thank you, it goes as good as a smooth cobble dog. Oscillator, apply, ricochet. Kill the business. Oh yeah, that's what we wanted. And then, I really want to see if we can't get more overcharge before that happens. Gain 2 charge to defense. Yes, exactly. And now, hit you for 20 plus ricochet damage. Oh, the Explosivo is ready. Can I do 8 damage real quick? With double kick I can. Do we need to defend our dogs? No, Loaf is doing okay. Let's block anyway. I don't want to take any chances. Oh hey, we can play the Deeper Bog secret. Let's do that. The runaway's gonna happen here any minute now, but yeah, there's no good reason to not make it happen a little quicker. Do we need to execute you? I think, yeah, probably. Pick a battle card. Kicking light tubes in the face of someone else's metal as hell. Yee. It is. Oh, right, because that's what was coming out of the ground, was light tubes. Sorry, took a second. This deals maximum damage if we're fully charged, and we should be fully charged all the time. I think yes. Or we can upgrade our craft. Maybe gain fully charged, gain 2 temporary power. Except now it's going to be 3. Maybe get some more negotiation grabs, maybe. Bog Scimitar. It's an attack that does, like, vampire damage. Swamp Smasher. If the target is stunned, deal 15 bonus damage. And another one of those. I should have just, like, not taken those. Oh, good, you can't see that. My Steam overlay just did something. As the fight ends, Flexus walks up to confront you. What are you doing here? I'm making sure you do your job. Flexus gestures at your robots. Good, you didn't break your toys. I'll take those back now. So the weapons are somewhere else. My people sniff around and see if they can't pick up the bogger's trail. You can leave now. I don't know why nobody trusts me around here. It's like they all think I'm playing both sides against the middle or something. You notice long before you reach the drop point that someone has been here before you, and likely they're still lying in wait. It seems you'll have to draw them out if you want an introduction. You make yourself look preoccupied, and sure enough, your guest reveals themselves. This is Errant, the second in command of the Spark Barons. Should have known you weren't worth your... no, what was it? Should have known you weren't worth your weight in peat. Oh, you shouldn't be so hard on yourself, Errant. All your slick talking and mustache twirling. Belamo might think he has you under heel, but I know how far a spy can be trusted. You've stolen our dirty little secrets long enough. Time to turn you into one. Let us probe Errant for weaknesses. That sounds like it will go well. Are you sure this is how you want to proceed? I'm a spy, after all. I'm trained to look for weaknesses. End the negotiation and start the fight. Stop reading and start the game. So, what the hell is this? Okay. So there are 3 arguments over here. All of them have 30 resolve. And when I defeat one, I get a card to use in the next battle. I don't think I'll bother with this one. When you dismiss this argument in weakness dependent, expend all strange chemical cards in your deck, but I don't have any of those, so womp womp, I guess. Telegraph, gain 1 evasion, and blind spot, which is just a attack for 1 that hits for somewhere between 10 and 15, which is just plain good. So I think what we'll do is aim to take out that 1, and then start the fight. In the meantime, let's do some blocking. Do I want to do all the gambling? No. No, let's wait until we have something that starts doing prepare, and then we'll play always prepared. Oh, wonderful, the blacklist. That's gonna get rid of all of that composure, but that's fine, because it had way too much anyway. And then Runton deal 7. And Tall Pleasantries to get rid of whispered rumors down here. Nothing we have on our hands deals with prepare. Let's just use Boosted Brute and deal damage to everything. Just really aim for that blind spot. Set the coin, make sure it's tails, deal just a little bit extra damage. Oh, I might as well use the Manifesto. We'll leave Decency, because drawing a card just means we're taking out our choices for next turn. This might have been a bad idea. I might have to run away from this fight. Let's play strategy. Whenever we prepare a card, we deal extra damage. And then do the thing that lets us prepare a card every time we play a card. Use a card to prepare. This one, obligation. And whale for 6. Okay. Root to just be that's just to put a bunch of damage out. It'll also let us prepare Grunt. Now we attack with Grunt. We have 2 things left? Yeah. Let's do our improvised card. Oh. Yep, that's exactly the thing we needed. Give your currently prepared card plus 3 damage. Let us prepare the card that's here. It did not do... Oh, because we haven't used it. There we go. And... Oh, I got rid of it and got that card, and then it remade itself, so I could just keep attacking and get another blind spot. I'm absolutely not going to do that. I'm going to rush out of this fight as soon as I can. Because I don't have enough resolve to keep going with this for as long as I'm going. Do I have anything that lets me draw a card? No. Oh, incorrect. I have this. But that didn't do it. Let's gain an influence and also draw a card. Thank you, there's the start fight card. Let's go. I'm gonna look at this, but I don't think it's gonna be useful. Let's upgrade our brute. And I think, again, just making it bigger is better. We can upgrade our 3 fingers. 2 random people still hate us, but we can draw a card. And thankfully our health is full, so when we do this fight, it'll go. You've been weighed, measured, and catalogued. To be honest, it wasn't very interesting. I'm not scared of you. Shut up and let's finish this. Blind spot goes into our deck. How do we do this? Let's just apply some impair real quick so that you do less damage. I don't think I have anything that just makes a target stunned, so just hitting for 9 damage will have to do. If you have any overcharge, attack twice. Sold. Spend all charge, gain 2 defense per charge spent. Spend up to 3 overcharge, gain 2 defense and 2 counter. I think that's okay. I think we can just gain 2 and then smack back for 2. Oh, there's all the strange chemical cards. I wish that I had known that that's what you do. Because it didn't make any sense to me that I could get rid of all the strange chemical cards in my deck. What does this do? Aaron's chest cannon deals 3 bonus damage while this is in your hand, and presumably that stacks. We can play it to destroy it, but that's using actions that we may or may not have. Oh, fortunately some more light tubes showed up. Do we want to just expend the chemical? I think we do. And I think further we want to play Bog Brain so that it can hatch faster. And then just hit with... yes, Oscillator. And Ricochet, which will give us the opportunity to knock out the Spark Mine. Damn, you were just dumping so much of that. I'm not mentally ill anymore, it's just a bog brain, I've decided. Yep. Let us keep trying to learn the deep bog secret. Certainly nothing bad will happen. I'm sitting here thinking some thoughts about therapy right now. I shouldn't be doing that. I should be trying to figure out how to kill Errant instead. Do we want to just... play the thing? Powered up and ready to fire. Okay, so that means you're going to hit us with the chest thing this turn, which means we need to just get rid of that. And deal maximum damage. Apply defense better. Apply defense better. Oh, I should have defended our dog instead. Therapy jump scare just a little bit. Oh, hey, there's Weary. What? When the hell did I get this? Screamer, summon a feral auto dog. Yep. I just want to hit you in the blind spot? I don't see any good reason to not hit you in the blind spot, especially because doing so is going to put you into panic at the end of this. Which is going to keep my dog from being hit too hard. So, like, you did try to set a trap for us to murder us. Pick a battle card. Ready. Whenever you fully mitigate an attack, gain 2 concentration. Insert 3 affliction cards into your draw pile. Apply a random debuff to a random enemy when drawn. And whenever you gain charge, gain 2 counter. Is actually really fucking good. But I don't think I want another ability card because we are already... like, the deck is already really thick. I actually need to go burn some cards, I think. Discard up to 2, gain dominance equal to a combined cost. At the start of your turn, gain 1 action, draw 1 less card. And expend. What the hell is diversion? This argument gains 2 resolve every time you gamble? No. This is a really good negotiation card, actually. That's a fucking, that's a flourish for Sal. that we can just have anytime we draw it. Yeah, that's actually too good to not have. You feel a pang as you hide the body. This is one death that won't go unnoticed, no matter how easily it might sink beneath the muck. Alright. But that's a tomorrow well... Oh, okay. Urbla looks to the horizon, gauging the time by the skies. Well, Rook, this has been an experience, but your time's up. Maybe we'll do this again sometime. Yeah, you never know. Urbla leaves, whistling a shanty as she goes. This time, let's actually go to bed. Alright, a long way. I could have taken care of you and didn't. Oh, does the coin trader have anything terribly interesting? Ooh. I like this a lot. The turtle coin applies 3 composure to your core argument on heads, and on tails applies 1 composure to all friendly arguments. And since I keep not blocking, this is a wonderful compromise. You trade your current coin for a turtle coin. We can buy a drink and heal some. We can buy a meal and heal more, but neither that matters because we're about to go to sleep. What do you have to buy in terms of cards? Nothing that I particularly want. No rest for the wicked, eh, Hebel? Hebel shows you to your room. Your bed calls to you. Too many ghosts haunt your steps, but these nights you welcome the company. Everything dings. We have a whole bunch of people who love us, and a couple people who hate us. It's like that sometimes. Fluckfist loves you. Heal 1 health at the start of your turn if you took no damage last turn. You wake with the taste of blood in your mouth. You're not sure who it belongs to. You gain 3 experience on agency and grunt, so we can level those up, presumably. You're so used to Hebel's grim demeanor that it takes you a moment to realize that he looks even grimmer than usual. Alright there, Hebel. No bog mites feasting on your horns this morning, I hope. Calandra wants to see you. Ah, I imagine it's very important. She left directions to some spot in the bog. The deep bog. Does that worry you? I never thought we'd become so chummy, old chap. Listen, whatever you've gotten up to, I officially want no part of it. Pack up your things. If you make it out of the deep bog alive, you ain't welcome at the last stand no more. That's a rather ungracious dismissal, my good Hebel. But I'll honor your request as a parting gift. Let us ask about the deep bog. One thing before I go. What exactly are you so worried about, I'd rather meet my fate a bit more prepared. Pardon me. Anyone who goes into the deep bog doesn't come out alone. I don't want to meet the company you'll be keeping. Ominous. I look forward to deciphering exactly what you mean. Be well, Hebel, and as a word of kindness, be ready for change. So I think that means that when we start this day, it's going to be the last day, the big confrontation in the middle of the deep bog. And I kind of want to save that. So, rather than, like, get halfway through it and then stop because we've reached my time limit. So I'm going to have a little stop here. Let's go to this screen real quick as I sign off. since I forgot to make an outro screen. This one's fine. Thank you all so much for joining me. We will be doing more on, doing more Griftlands on Monday, because that's when we decided we stream, apparently. It's Mondays and Fridays. And, we'll finish up with what Rook's got going, and then we'll start on Smith's story, probably. I like Smith. I like all of these characters, but I like Smith a lot. So until then, it was wonderful to see you. Love you. Hope you have a good evening.